You can get one too. Call EECU at 800-396-1414. They'll beat your current APR by 2% and lower your payment.
2%? Heck, with that kind of money, I could take my wife to that Italian restaurant she likes, and I wouldn't have to ride with you anymore.
Very funny. I was paying 5% APR. That took me down to 3% APR. Plus, I got up to 90 days to make my first payment. Man, it was fast and easy.
So tell me again, how do I refi my car loan with EECU?
Just call 800-396-1414 or visit eecu.org/theanswer. Tell them your current APR. As long as you've had your loan at least 90 days, they'll beat it by 2%.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, but hurry. It's a limited time offer. Call 800-396-1414 or visit eecu.org/theanswer. Subject to credit approval. Membership required. Additional terms and conditions apply. Call 800-396-1414 for details.
This is Michael Medved, and for well over a year, you've heard me talking about Relief Factor, the natural solution for people struggling with chronic pain like back, neck, shoulder, hip, knee, or general muscle aches and pains. Thousands of listeners have told us all about their amazing results in dramatically lowering or eliminating their pain. So I'm sending my personal friends and radio listeners to ReliefFactor.com to order the 3-week quick start for only $19.95. That's ReliefFactor.com.
If you've got questions, we've got answers. 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Hi. Hope your day was as good as it could possibly ever be. I'm telling you, I really do want you to have wonderful days so that you can share your evenings with us. By the way, I want to tell you that I just put the web page, the Wells Report, up on YouTube Live Events. It's going on right this very moment. You can watch us on your computer. And maybe what you'll see is what the CIA sees every day without me doing any of it. You see, apparently there are all kinds of tools that the CIA, NSA, FBI has to spy on us. And from what we understand, this is all true. Now, we're not exactly sure, but every single bit or most of the capabilities to hack your electronic systems have been exposed by WikiLeaks today. The Washington Post reports it like this: a vast portion of the CIA's computer hacking arsenal appears to have been exposed by the anti-secrecy organization WikiLeaks, which posted thousands of files revealing secret cyber tools used by the agency to convert cell phones, televisions, and other ordinary devices into implements of espionage. The trove appeared to lay bare the design and capabilities of some of the U.S. intelligence community's most closely guarded cyber weapons, a breach that will likely cause immediate damage to the CIA's efforts to gather intelligence overseas and place new strains on the U.S. government's relationship with Silicon Valley giants, including Apple and Google. WikiLeaks, which claims to have gotten the files from a former CIA contractor, touted the trove as comparable in scale and significance to the collection of the National Security Agency documents exposed by former U.S. intelligence contractor Edward Snowden. But while the Snowden files revealed massive surveillance programs that gathered data on millions of Americans, the CIA documents posted so far by WikiLeaks appear mainly to unmask hacking methods that many experts already assumed the agency had developed. U.S. intelligence officials and experts said the details contained in the newly released documents suggest that they are legitimate, although that could not be independently verified. Really, really tough. Yeah. All you can do is download these things, boot them up, and test them. That's all you can do. You're not going to get any help from the government. And it wouldn't surprise me that if there wasn't a routine in there that erased the whole kit and caboodle, if you put it on an insecure computer system. But enough about that. So they say the details contained in the newly released documents suggest they're legitimate, although that could not be independently verified, raising new worries about the U.S. government's ability to safeguard its secrets in an era of cascading leaks of classified data. The files mention pieces of malware with names like Assassin, Medusa, that seem to be drawn from a spy film describing tools the CIA uses to steal data from iPhones, seize control of Microsoft-powered computers, or even make internet-connected Samsung television sets secretly function as microphones. The release of so many sensitive files appeared to catch the CIA, the White House, and other government officials off guard. CIA spokesman said that only that we do not comment on the authenticity of purported intelligence documents. In a statement, WikiLeaks indicated the initial stockpile it put online was part of a broader collection of nearly 9,000 files that would be posted over time, describing the code developed in secret by the CIA to steal data from a range of targets. WikiLeaks said it redacted the lists of CIA surveillance targets, though it said it included targets and machines in Latin America, Europe, and the United States. The release was described as a huge loss to the CIA by security experts and former U.S. intelligence officials. It looks like really the backbone of their network exploitation kit. This is said a former hacker who worked at the National Security Agency. Like others, spoke on condition of anonymity, citing the sensitivity of the subject. You know, they may be talking about things that are none of our business, but they're doing it very responsibly. I'll tell you that. The breach could undermine the CIA's ability to carry out key parts of its mission, from targeting the Islamic State and other terrorist networks to penetrating the computer defenses of sophisticated cyber adversaries, including Russia, China, and Iran. This, according to former officials and tech specialists. I doubt it's that broad. I do. But what it does is, by saying that, it makes it big enough so that people don't really know exactly what the tools can do and what they're designed to do. Any exposure of these tools is going to cause grave, if not irreparable, damage to the ability of our intelligence agencies to conduct our mission. This, according to a former senior U.S. intelligence official. I doubt it. I doubt it. If legitimate, the release represents the latest major breach of sensitive U.S. government data to be put on global display in humiliating fashion by WikiLeaks, which came to prominence in 2010 with the exposure of thousands of classified U.S. diplomatic cables and military files. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is engaged in an escalating feud with the United States while taking refuge in the Ecuadorian embassy in London, trying to shield himself from Swedish sexual assault allegations. WikiLeaks' latest assault on U.S. secrets may pose an early, potentially awkward security issue for President Trump, who has repeatedly praised WikiLeaks and disparaged the CIA. Trump declared, "I love WikiLeaks" last October during a campaign rally when he read from a trove of stolen materials about his Democrat opponent, Hillary Clinton, that had been posted to the organization's websites. The White House press secretary Sean Spicer declined to comment when asked about the CIA's breach during a press conference today. WikiLeaks indicated it obtained the files from a current or former CIA contractor, saying that the archives appears to have been circulated among former U.S. government hackers and contractors in an unauthorized manner, one of whom provided WikiLeaks with portions of the archive. Wow. Counterintelligence investigations underway at CIA, also likely to search for clues whether Russia had any role in the theft of the agency's digital arsenal. U.S. intelligence officials allege that WikiLeaks has ties to Russian intelligence services. The website posted thousands of emails stolen from Democrat Party computer networks during the 2016 presidential campaign. Files that the U.S. intelligence agency concluded were obtained and turned over to WikiLeaks as part of a cyber campaign orchestrated by the Kremlin. Experts and former intelligence officials said the files appear to be authentic, in part because they refer to code names and capabilities known to have been developed by the CIA's cyber branch. At first glance, the data release is probably legitimate or contains a lot of legitimate stuff, which means someone managed to extract a lot of data from a classified CIA system and is willing to let the world know that that's what he did. Faking large quantity of data is difficult but not impossible. Weaver said he noted one case of WikiLeaks deliberately neglecting to include a document in a data release and one case of WikiLeaks deliberately mislabeling stolen data. Weaver says he knows of one case WikiLeaks deliberately neglected to include a document in a data release and one case of WikiLeaks deliberately mislabeling stolen data, but no cases of deliberately fraudulent information. WikiLeaks said the trove of comprised tools, including malware, viruses, trojans, and weaponized zero-day exploits. These materials developed by the CIA entity known as the Engineering Development Group, part of a sprawling cyber directorate created in recent years as the agency's shifted resources and attention to online espionage. So what do you think? What do you think of all of this? WikiLeaks releases, quote, the entire hacking capacity of the CIA. 8,761 documents and files released as, quote, Vault 7, Part 1, unquote, entitled Year Zero. They were obtained from an isolated high-security network at the CIA's Center for Cyber Intelligence in Langley, Virginia. This, according to a press release from the website. The trove had been circulated among former U.S. government hackers and contractors, one of whom recently gave the archives to WikiLeaks. The CIA allegedly employs more than 5,000 people in its cyber spying operation, produced more than 1,000 people or programs. We do not comment on the authenticity or content of purported intelligence documents. The collection purported of intelligence documents includes information on CIA-developed malware bearing names such as Assassin, Medusa, intended to target iPhones, Android phones, smart TVs, and Microsoft, Mac and Linux operating systems, among others. Wow. Some of the remote hacking programs can allegedly turn numerous electronic devices into recording and transmitting stations to spy on their targets, with the information then sent back to secret CIA servers. One document appears to show the CIA was trying to infect vehicle control systems in cars for unspecified means, so they know where the cars went, at what speed, at what time of day. So I keep asking, is WikiLeaks helping us, or are they destroying the clandestine services of the United States? The CIA can hack into telephones, televisions, everything. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis and my friend Josh Dishong of Josh Dishong Real Estate at Keller Williams. He's my friend, and I'd say that even if he hadn't sold my house. But since he did, I really love him. We're big fans of Josh because he did what others could not. He can do the same for you. Here in 2017, are you sitting in a house that you're trying to sell? Others have tried, but nobody can. Call Josh right now. Get on board with the Josh Dishong system, 972-325-6644, 972-325-6644, or getsold.net, getsold.net. What is that system? He makes you a promise that says, I'm going to talk to you about a price that you can sell this house at and a time frame that makes sense. And if I can't sell that house at that price in that time frame, I, Josh Dishong, will buy that house from you. Either way, you are done. You're at closing. You're clear. You're happy, just like Lisa and I are. We love Josh. Get on board with him today at 972-325-6644, 972-325-6644, or getsold.net.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Well, it's that time of year again. The AC business is slow, so here come the crazy gimmicks. Right now, you'll hear the warehouse clearance guy, the free furnace guy, and my personal favorite, the guy who says he'll work for no profit. Because come on, that's just ridiculous. Well, guess who's not going to insult your intelligence with silly gimmicks? Reliant Air Conditioning. We've partnered with your utility provider to offer real instant rebates, up to $1,500 off qualifying systems. When you combine that with up to $3,500 off with Carrier's Cool Cash, you can save over $5,000 on a brand new AC system that can cut your electric bill in half. So call the crazy gimmick guys and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number is 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I had gout in both my knees, and it's gone.
Well, I'm pretty stupid. I should have ordered it 15 years ago. It's the most effective product that I've ever bought in my life.
He had eczema on his hand, and it cracked for years. Mm-hmm. He did anything from doctor, every cream, everything. And 3 months on the veggies and fruit, it was gone.
They're just awesome. They keep asking me, what am I doing? I told them what I did with my cholesterol. I had the blood test, right? And it went down 100 points. 262, now it's 162. Everything is just perfect.
Balance of Nature is celebrating its 20th anniversary by providing you the best offer they've ever given. 2 free months of fruits and veggies and free shipping. Call now for details. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code 660AM.
Consult your tax professional before investing. Let me ask you a question. Can you keep your 401k or IRA safe from the death of the dollar, continued rampant Fed spending, political corruption, and from the possible new Cold War with Russia? If you answered no, then listen up. Fortunes are going to be made and lost over the next few months. It's time you took action. Over 50,000 people have requested our Gold IRA investment guide to learn how to protect their retirement savings. Now it's your turn. We are Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America by TrustLink. Right now, we are giving away away a free copy of our new Gold IRA Protection Guide to anyone with an IRA, 401k, or retirement account that is over the age of 55. Just call 1-800-900-8000 right now, and we will help teach you how to keep your retirement savings away from the government and safe in your pocket. Just call today at 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Representatives are standing by. Call 800-900-8000 today.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. You're hearing tomorrow's front page on the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
The crusading websites WikiLeaks published thousands of documents today that says the CIA has tools for hacking into web servers, computers, smartphones, and even TVs that can be turned into covert microphones. The website claims the CIA Center for Cyber Intelligence lost control of the majority of its hacking arsenal, more than several 100 million lines of code that provide the entire hacking capacity of the CIA. Jake Williams, a security expert with the Georgia-based security firm Rendition InfoSec, said the information would be used within days or weeks by hackers and by the security firms that control them. John Bacon is the guy that wrote this for USA Today. Jake Williams is a security expert with Georgia-based security firm Rendition InfoSec. The information will be used within days or weeks by hackers and security firms that combat them. My first thought was, wow, quickly followed by the realization that this is a treasure trove of information. We are regularly dealing with corporations being attacked by nation-state hacking groups. This gives us a lot of insight on how they do it. Sean Spicer, questioned at a press briefing, declined to comment. Good. These leaks appear to be very, very serious, according to House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes. That's what he told reporters at a briefing. We are extremely concerned and we are following it closely. Yeah. Documents indicate developers created programs in homage to popular culture, such as an implant for computers running Microsoft Windows dubbed Ricky Bobby after the Will Ferrell character in the 2006 film Talladega Nights. A Trojan spread via thumb drives was named Fight Club, a reference to the 1996 novel and 1999 movie with Brad Pitt. A smart TV project was called Weeping Angel, requiring villains in the Doctor Who series who only move when no one is watching. The CIA issued a statement declining comment on the purported documents. USA Today has not been able to confirm the authenticity of the documents. Ted Lieu, the Democrat from California, called for a congressional investigation into the details contained in the files. The potential privacy concerns are mind-boggling, said Lieu, who has a degree in computer science. We need to know if the CIA has lost control of its hacking tools, who may have bought those tools, and how do we now protect the privacy of Americans? WikiLeaks says the archive appears to have been circulated among former government hackers and contractors, one of whom provided WikiLeaks with portions of it. The website said CIA hacking division involves more than 5,000 registered users and had produced more than 1,000 hacking systems, Trojans, websites, and other weaponized malware. Such is the scale of the CIA's undertaking that by 2016, its hackers had utilized more code than had been used to run Facebook. The CIA had created, in effect, its own NBA with even less accountability and without publicly answering questions as to whether a massive budgetary spend on duplicating the capacities of a rival agency could be justified. Wow. Now the question is, what has the CIA done with it? Does this put to bed any concerns that anyone might have that the CIA isn't reading your mail right now? And by the way, is that America? This is the Wells Report.
Tune in Sundays at noon for the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show. Join us each Sunday when we discuss the principles and practices of the successful real estate investor. We bring you experts to answer your questions on how to use real estate to build wealth and passive realized monthly income, and teach you the ins and outs of investing in real estate. So tune in Sundays at noon, right here for the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show.
Join us for the Real Investor Radio Show right here on 660 AM. The Answer.
Attention, if you or a loved one has been surgically implanted with a hernia mesh implant, you may be at risk. Many mesh products used in hernia surgeries are defective and have been linked to severe complications, including chronic pain, infections, bowel obstruction, internal injury, or the need for corrective surgery. Even the FDA has issued warnings on mesh products. If you or a loved one has a hernia mesh implant and have experienced any of these symptoms, you may be entitled to significant compensation. The team at United Law will provide a free, no-obligation evaluation. With over $1 billion recovered for victims of defective drugs and devices, United Law can help. The deadline to file your claim is approaching fast, and you need to act. So if you or a loved one has a hernia mesh implant that has caused chronic pain, infection, bowel obstruction, internal injury, or the need for corrective surgery, call United Law today and get the compensation you deserve. Call 800-755-5002. 800-755-5002. That's 800-755-5002.
I used to love wearing dresses and shorts. Then I started getting spider veins, and even worse, those embarrassing, bulging, varicose veins. For a while, I covered up my legs, but then I discovered Vein Clinics of America.
Vein Clinics of America is the oldest, largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the U.S. And for 35 years, they've been the leading expert in the treatment of vein disease. Using state-of-the-art laser and minimally invasive treatments, they can begin restoring the natural beauty of your legs in as little as an hour with no downtime, and most treatments are covered by your insurance.
My legs look great and feel great. I even love wearing dresses and shorts again.
Make sure your legs look and feel their best for spring. Call now and schedule a free fast-track consultation to find out how you can finally get rid of those embarrassing varicose and spider veins. Space is limited, so call 800-300-3388. That's 800-300-3388. 800-300-3388.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My water heater broke down.
Sorry, but your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover water heater breakdowns.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my water heater?
I'm afraid not.
But his water heater could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus components of 20 other major home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-700-1134. Home insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-700-1134. That's 1-800-700-1134. 1-800-700-1134.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had a lot of credit card debt, and I couldn't pay my bills. I was feeling so bad. I got to a point where I needed some help. So I reached out and contacted Trinity.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-936-5348 to talk to a certified counselor.
They were able to take all of my different payments and put them all together.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
And they were actually able to work with my creditors. I've been able to pay off close to $15,000 in the last 18 months.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-936-5348.
My name is Stephanie, and I'm debt-free for keeps.
1-800-936-5348.
660 AM The Answer is looking to hire a new salesperson. The person we're searching for is passionate about our radio station and our values. They must also have a proven track record of sales success. We aren't looking for just anyone. We are looking for unquestionable character, professionalism, and integrity. We are a strong employee-focused company offering top compensation, benefits, bonuses, and a long-term stable future at one of the best radio stations in America. To apply, go to 660amtheanswer.com and click on About Us. Thank you.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio. 660 AM. The Answer. Isn't thinking so much more fun than getting yelled at? The Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. It's becoming more and more obvious, courtesy of WikiLeaks, that our government spies on us. Are you okay with that? Let's find out what Mark Davis has to say. Mark Davis will show up tomorrow morning bright and early, say around 7 o'clock. What will he be talking about? Mark, why don't you tell us?
Hey, JD, good Tuesday evening. Wow, what do you know? Some focus on actual issues like Obamacare repeal and replace, immigration policy, even the bathroom bill hearings in Austin. Hey, how much Russia and wiretaps can you do, you know? But look, I'll pay attention to all of these things. Tomorrow morning, we're ready. Wednesday morning, Mark Davis Show. Bring us all your views on the news and more. 7 to 10 a.m. tomorrow. Mark Davis on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Okie dokie. So there you go. 866-660-5759 is our telephone number. 866-660-5759. I just put up the television show. I just put up the television show, and I'm hoping that it's okay. Is everybody okay on the television show? It says spotty audio. Is that what it says, Mike? What do you got, buddy? 866-660-5759. There's no. They're asking me about the hamster cage. There's no hamster cage. Let's see. Is it okay? I'm assuming it is. At least it's better. There. All right, 866-660-5759. That's our telephone number. There is an old Soviet proverb that computer security experts like to quote. Okay? If you think it, don't say it. If you say it, don't write it. If you write it, don't be surprised. That message maybe one private citizens need to take to heart if the WikiLeaks revelations about CIA's ability to break into cell phones, smart TVs, and encrypted message systems are proven to be true. Elizabeth Wiebe writes this in USA Today. Initial reports could mean that there are very little ordinary people can do to ensure their communications remain private. There's no phone you can buy or consumer-friendly app you can download that would protect you. The statement comes with two big caveats. First is that legally, these cyber sweeping or snooping weapons cannot be deployed against U.S. citizens within the United States without permission of legal authorities. You know, sort of like what President Obama did against Bill Clinton. Against Donald Trump. We don't know at this particular moment whether any of these pieces of equipment, whether any of these tools have been used. But if they're there, they've been used. If they're there, somebody thought that they're there, they should be there. Therefore, there was a need. Therefore, there was a use. Anything else is wishful thinking. The government of the United States, when it comes to violating the Bill of Rights, once they make the decision they're going to violate the Bill of Rights, the rest of it is the end justifies the means. That's human nature. The CIA can legally use such tools such as those described outside the United States because constitutional limitations don't apply there. That, according to Scott Vernick, a partner with the law firm of Fox Rothschild in Philadelphia, who focuses on data security and privacy. For Americans, the question is whether these tools were used when they're abroad or at home or within the United States, which isn't known. The second big note of caution, they're expensive, difficult to create weapons, and they are likely to have ordinary citizens as their quarry. They're unlikely to have ordinary citizens as their quarry. Typically, cyber weapons are only used once or possibly a very few times, because once they're out in the wild where they can be seen by others, their advantage of surprise and secrecy is gone. For that reason, it's probable that they reserve for use with high-value targets, said Bruce McConnell, global vice president of the East-West Institute, a nonpartisan think tank, where he heads the cooperation in cooperation in cyberspace initiatives. WikiLeaks claims the documents, if released today, have been circulating among former government computer experts and contractors in an unauthorized manner, one of whom has provided WikiLeaks with portions of the archive. The CIA issued a statement declining to comment, as we have already reported. There's a piece on this USA Today article that says hoarding vulnerabilities, keeping flaws secret. Smart TVs, what could happen? TVs appear to be switched off in fake off mode, but record conversations and send them via internet to a hacker's server. A program dubbed Weeping Angel offers an episode of after an episode of the popular British TV science fiction program, Doctor Who, can set a Samsung Smart TV into a fake off mode to fool the consumer into thinking the TV isn't recording room sounds when it still is. The conversations are then sent out via the user's server. The program was developed in conjunction with MI5, the British FBI equivalent of a domestic counterintelligence and security agency, according to WikiLeaks. Samsung did not respond to a request for comment. CIA-created malware can penetrate, then take control of the operating systems for both Androids and iPhones, according to the documents. This software could allow the agencies to see the user's location, copy and transmit audio and text from the phone, and covertly turn on the phone's camera and microphone, send the resulting images and sound files to the agency. Apple has not responded to a request for comment. Google, which develops the Android operating system, is looking at the report. Encrypted message systems like WhatsApp, Telegram, and Signal. WikiLeaks documents don't actually show the encryption on these secure message programs has been hacked. Instead, they describe programs that could be placed on the user's smartphones, which then collects audio from calls and texts before they were encrypted. WhatsApp, owned by Facebook, is looking into the report. It's unclear if this software was actually deployed, but if the documents detail a meeting from 2014, which an agency discussed developing malware that could be used to infect vehicle systems, with a presumed goal of being able to gain information about where the vehicle went and potentially taking control of it if it had self-driving capability. One thing is known, that if these cyber tools were used domestically, that's a big if, they'd be through the FBI and not the CIA. That's true. Or the NSA. NSA can do anything they want, anywhere they want, for any reason they want. The domestic authority of CIA is extraordinarily limited, said Robert Katanak, a partner at the law firm of Dorsey and Whitney. The only thing they can do is debrief people that have been overseas. They have no authority and are in fact forbidden from conducting operations in the United States. Theoretically, the CIA could work together, but given Katanak's experience, the FBI doesn't very often ever go to the CIA for anything, and vice versa. Sure. If the CIA were to share its cyber tools with the FBI, what type of disclosure the agencies would have to make isn't clear. We just don't have a clear statement of policy from the FBI saying, here's what we do, and here's why we have the power to do it. I don't worry about the government being able to spy on me because I have nothing to hide. Just because you're innocent doesn't mean that you don't have rights. Bill Binney resigned from NSA in 2001. He is now an NSA whistleblower, and he backs up Donald Trump, our president, on the claims that his predecessor, or his predecessor's administration more likely, wiretapped Trump Tower. President Donald Trump is absolutely right to claim he was wiretapped and monitored, according to a former NSA official, adding that the administration risks falling victims to further leaks if it continues to run afoul of the intelligence community. I think the president is absolutely right. His phone calls, everything he did electronically was being monitored, said Bill Binney, a 36-year veteran of the National Security Agency, who resigned in protest from the organization in 2001. He resigned from NSA shortly after the U.S. approach to the intelligence changed following the attacks of September 11th. He became a whistleblower after discovering that elements of a data monitoring program he had helped develop, nicknamed Thin Thread, was being used to spy on Americans. Yesterday, he came to the defense of the president, whose allegations on social media over the weekend that outgoing President Barack Obama tapped his phones during the 2016 campaign have rankled Washington. How low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon Watergate. Bad or sick guy. Is it legal for a sitting president to be wiretapping a race for president prior to an election? Turned down by court earlier, a new low. I'd bet a good lawyer could make a great case out of the fact that President Obama was tapping my phones in October just prior to the election. Binney seemed to go further than the assessment of former Attorney General Michael Mukasey, a George W. Bush administration official who offered a tacit defense of Trump to ABC on Sunday. This is the difference between being correct and right, said Mukasey. The president was not correct in saying President Obama ordered a tap on a server in Trump Tower. However, I think he's right in that there was surveillance and that it was conducted at the behest of the Attorney General at the Justice Department through the FISA court. Binney says, I think the FISA court's basically totally irrelevant. I don't. Binney goes on to say the judges of the FISA court are not even concerned, nor are they involved in any way with the executive order number 12333. That's all done outside the courts and outside of Congress. Binney told Fox the laws that fall under the FISA court's jurisdiction are simply out there for show and trying to show the government is following the law and being looked at and overseen by the Senate and the House Intelligence Committees and the courts. That's not the main collection program for NSA. What Binney did not delve into, however, was if President Obama directed surveillance on Trump for political purposes during the campaign. Why else would he tap? Why else would he tap Donald Trump if that wasn't what he was going after? Binney did say such events, such as publication of details of private calls between President Trump and the Australian Prime Minister, as well as with the Mexican government, are evidence the intelligence community is playing hardball with the White House. I think that's what's happened here, said Binney. The evidence of the conversation of the President of the U.S. and the Prime Minister of Australia and the President of Mexico. Releasing those are conversations that are picked up by the Fairview program, primarily by NSA. So is CIA, NSA, FBI trying to show the president who's actually boss in this nation? Is that what's going on? Does that mean the clandestine services of the United States are trying to tell the president to back off, or they're going to make his life worse? Is that really what NSA, FBI, and CIA is saying? They, by God, better not be. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, everybody. Dennis Gibbs here. You know, the boat guy. Talking about boats, boating, lakes, marinas, and well, if it floats, we talk about it. The advice we give is the best you will ever hear. They call it expert advice. Between myself, Boating Royalty, Lake Level Ginger, and Brother Strick, you hear only intelligent talk. Join us every Saturday at 6 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer, the Big Boat and Outdoor Show brought to you by DallasBoatsForSale.com.
Attention homeowners. Do you or someone you know have a house you'd like to sell? Hello, I'm Dan Franklin. I've been buying and selling real estate right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for over 20 years, and my process is simple. I'll pay you cash, and I'll pay you more. Just listen to what other people are saying after they called me to buy their house.
My name is Brent Patterson. Dan Franklin gave us $30,000 more for our house. Definitely call Dan if you want more money for your house.
I'm Bill Mays. I made an extra $18,000 working with Dan.
My name is Brenda Griffin. Dan Franklin gave us over $15,000 more for our house. Definitely call Dan.
Okay, now it's your turn. Would you like a higher cash offer? I'm Dan Franklin. I'll pay you cash, and I'll pay you more. Call me today at 214-929-5555. That's 214-929-5555.
At Simple Sleep Services, we believe the best way to treat the serious medical condition of sleep apnea is the easy way. Our team of doctors are experts in providing the least invasive treatment for snoring and sleep apnea, a custom-fit, comfortable solution that you simply pop in before bed each night and wake up feeling refreshed, and it's covered by medical insurance. You don't have to endure the cumbersome CPAP mask or go through the pain and downtime of surgery or implants. We are the most experienced team in the nation providing our treatment. Your diagnosis will be from a board-certified sleep physician using today's latest technology. Let us start you down the path of a restful night's sleep. Visit simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. Treat your sleep apnea and snoring the simple way. No CPAP, no surgery, no implants, just simple sleep. Go to simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. Don't spend another night on the couch or sleeping alone. simplesleepservices.com.
What's the scariest thing about going to the dentist? Opening your mouth or opening your wallet? Because just a simple cleaning can cost $100, and things like root canals can cost you hundreds more. If you don't have dental insurance to help, you should give Physicians Mutual Insurance Company a call. 1-800-500-0898. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps pay for checkups right away, so you can call today and get your teeth cleaned tomorrow. Plus, it helps cover the more expensive procedures you might need down the road. Fillings, crowns, bridges, even costly dentures. There's no deductible and no annual maximum. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. There are no networks, so you can choose any dentist you'd like. That's right, any dentist you want. Call and we'll rush you a free information kit with all the details. 1-800-500-0898. That's 1-800-500-0898. 1-800-500-0898.
Here's microbiologist Dr. Kim O'Neill talking about balance of nature.
Scientific research has shown that many cancers and lifestyle diseases can be prevented with a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. This prevention comes from the phytochemicals in the plants. They fight against oxidants that damage the cell's DNA, causing mutations that lead to disease. I don't take any supplementation, but I take Balance of Nature because I've seen it in my lab. I've seen the immune response increase. I've seen your DNA repair capacity increase, and I've seen DNA protection, and I know that it works.
Balance of Nature is providing you the best offer they've ever given. 2 free months of fruits and veggies and free shipping. Call now for details. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code 660 AM.
It's time to honor our veterans with the Patriot Mobile Veteran of the Month. 660 AM The Answer joins with Patriot Mobile to spotlight a veteran each month. If you know a veteran who deserves such an honor, then go to 660amtheanswer.com and nominate them to be Patriot Mobile Veteran of the Month. Winners will receive a Crossroads Diner gift certificate and an award from Patriot Mobile. Plus, they'll have an opportunity to come to the studios to meet Mark Davis and John David Wells. Go to 660amtheanswer.com to nominate your veteran. That's the Patriot Mobile Veteran of the Month.
Dallas, Fort Worth's home for stimulating talk. 660 AM, The Answer. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Reports. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. So, this is breaking news on Gateway Pundit. The wiretap story that we've been following for the last several days is being called Obamagate. More people are now admitting they had knowledge of the wiretaps. Hillary Clinton's former campaign manager, Robbie Mook, confirmed to Fox News he had knowledge of wiretaps being used during the campaign. Of course he knew. Hillary tweeted about the wiretaps 1 week before the election. Today, Hillary Clinton's former campaign manager told Fox he had knowledge of wiretaps being used during the campaign, but he suggested they were targeted at Russian officials, not directly at Trump Tower. It's funny to watch the Democrats split hairs. They're trying to dance around the wiretap scandal. This is according to Gateway Pundit. It's hard to believe that Mook really thought the wiretaps were meant for Russian officials when the entire reason for the wiretaps was to take down Donald Trump, the man running against his boss, Hillary Clinton. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to see if I can come up with some more details. I have found more information that is confirming this. I'll have it for you next. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Well, it's that time of year again. The AC business is slow, so here come the crazy gimmicks. Right now, you'll hear the warehouse clearance guy, the free furnace guy, and my personal favorite, the guy who says he'll work for no profit. Because come on, that's just ridiculous. Well, guess who's not going to insult your intelligence with silly gimmicks? Reliant Air Conditioning. We've partnered with your utility provider to offer real instant rebates, up to $1,500 off qualifying systems. When you combine that with up to $3,500 off with Carrier's Cool Cash, you can save over $5,000 on a brand new AC system that can cut your electric bill in half. So call the crazy gimmick guys and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Have you ever considered joining the military but stopped because you couldn't deploy to a foreign country? Believe it or not, the state of Texas has its own military force that stands alongside the Texas National Guard, the Texas Air National Guard, and serves only inside the state of Texas. It's called the Texas State Guard. I'm Tech Sergeant John Wells of the 4th Air Wing, and we're looking for you to join us. Give us a call at 877-398-8350. That's 877-398-8350. If you love Texas as much as we do, join the 4th Air Wing of the Texas State Guard.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM. KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler.
The train was relatively slow.
John Kemp watched as a freight train slammed into a charter bus that stopped on the tracks in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Poor people that were on the bus, they were they were in shock. Some of them didn't realize they were even bleeding.
At least 3 are dead, 35 people hospitalized. The charter was taking senior citizens from Austin, Texas to a casino. After President Trump signed a second travel ban, one state saying it won't fly.
Attorneys for the state of Hawaii say they intend to ask a federal judge to block the new order. Their state attorney general said Monday it's nothing more than Muslim ban 2.0.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. China proposing North Korea suspend its nuclear and missile activities in exchange for a halt in U.S. South Korea military drills. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
You need a plan as you get closer to retirement. A plan that will take you from where you are now to the retirement you've always dreamed about. The first step on that path is to tune into Wealth Smart, Saturdays at 9 a.m. Your host is Reed Johnson, president of Lake Point Advisory Group. You only retire once, but Reed helps people retire every day. Don't miss Wealth Smart every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at lakepointadvisorygroup.com for information on our free area steak dinner seminars and start working on your dream retirement now.
This is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'd like to invite you to join me for our talk show every Sunday morning. Convert the world to organics. We talk about the natural organic program for farming, ranching, gardening, and pest control. Also, a lot of talk about health issues for animals and people. Hope you can join us for all the fun.
Make sure to tune in to Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
This is Owen Strand for townhall.com. The decision of the Trump administration to overturn President Obama's transgender bathroom policy and instead to correlate bathroom usage with one's biological sex is not a victory for any political group. It's a victory for common sense. It's an affirmation of basic human sanity. There are many celebrities speaking up about this decision, presenting the decision by the Trump White House as a violation of transgender rights. Though this rhetoric sounds fearsome, the decision is a reasonable step in the right direction. We should offer compassionate help to people who experience gender dysphoria. We should not, however, change public laws or require schools to overhaul their restroom structure, as the Obama administration did. This, in point of fact, is compassionate. It protects little boys and girls from tremendous and damaging confusion that occurs when a child of the opposite sex enters their bathroom. Children of different sexes should not share bathrooms, and they certainly should not have the federal government telling them they must do so. I'm Owen Strand.
So you walk in to find water on the floor, and now your whole schedule is soaked. Everything stops. School schedules, football practice, ballet lessons. Hey, don't worry. Call the pros you know at Doworth Restoration. We'll get there fast to dry up the water and repair the damage. We know we're not just restoring homes, but we're restoring order to your life too. After all, we don't want to have to answer to that ballet instructor. DoworthRestoration.com. A clean and healthy home begins at Doworth Rug Cleaning. Over time, rugs can lock away dust, dirt, and allergens, but with our gentle and thorough cleaning process, you get a fresh clean that you can see and feel. Call Doworth Rug Cleaning today before 5 for same-day pickup. We'll move your furniture and do the heavy lifting for you. Now through May 31st, take $20 off each rug washed with free same-day pickup. DoworthRugCleaning.com.
If you've been suffering from brain fog, the inability to lose weight no matter how hard you try, or a loss of vital energy, you should attend a consequential free seminar by pharmacist Lark Scarborough Swafford. You will learn about the complexities of thyroid dysfunction and what you can do to improve your thyroid health naturally. The seminar will be in Dallas on April 4th from 7:15 to 9 p.m. Call 214-349-8000 today to reserve your seat. Space is limited and filling up fast. Abrams Royal Pharmacy has been helping people improve their health for over 37 years. They provide proactive solutions for health and wellness to meet each patient's unique needs. Abrams Royal Pharmacy is located at 8220 Abrams Road in Dallas and 4909 West Park Boulevard in Plano. Call 214-349-8000 today to reserve your seat to the upcoming free thyroid seminar. That's 214-349-8000. Get healthy, stay healthy, naturally with Abrams Royal Pharmacy.
Hi, I'm Carl Deichler, the CEO of Beachbody, and I'm here to tell you about an amazing new way you can start losing weight for free right now. You've probably seen our workout DVDs on TV like P90X, Insanity, and 21 Day Fix. We just launched a beta trial of our new digital video platform, Beachbody On Demand. So while we're testing out this new digital video service, I'm inviting you to use it for free for 30 days. That means you can lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, even 30 pounds without paying a dime. Text the word trial to 303030, and you can do 30 days of P90X, Insanity, or any of over 400 workouts for free. And here's the catch. In return, all I ask is you let us know what you think of the service so we can make Beachbody On Demand the best fitness and weight loss site ever created. Just text trial to 303030 and get started for free right now. Again, text trial to 303030.
Message and data rates may apply. Membership fees apply after 30-day free trial. Cancel anytime.
Chris Tomlin presents Worship Night in America. Chris Tomlin, Big Daddy Weave, Phil Wickham, Zach Williams, Mosaic MSC, and speaker Jason Barton. Don't miss this amazing night as the church joins together. An awakening event from the Awakening Foundation.
Coming April 21st and April 22nd to Verizon Theater at Grand Prairie. On sale now. Get your tickets at AXS.com.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You're listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. I was peacefully minding my own business, going back, looking at some things, and there was this breaking news banner on Gateway Pundit, and Gateway Pundit started talking a little bit about Robbie Mook and how Robbie Mook says, yeah, there were wiretaps in place in Trump Tower. But ostensibly, the wiretaps were in place because they were trying to track Russians. What I want to know is, if they were trying to track Russians in Trump Tower, the Russians would be officing in Trump Tower. There wouldn't need to be a telephone call for a Trump aide to talk to a Russian if they were indeed officing in Trump Tower. Which means they weren't trying to determine, they weren't trying to spy on Russians, they were spying on Trump. And we have a campaign worker saying that campaign workers for Donald Trump were caught talking to Russians. This is what you call a smoking gun. Let's see if I can get this thing to play. This is Robbie Mook talking with Shannon Breen.
I've never worked at the DNI office, so I would defer to the specialists on that. But I find this entire situation a little bit perplexing, to be honest with you. That's why I'm actually glad you asked this question, because the real story here, what we know is a true fact, is that members of the Trump campaign were caught on tape in these surveillance tapes because they were talking to Russian intelligence officials. So we have this major national security issue staring us in the face, which is that Trump aides were repeatedly talking to Russians. They were repeatedly talking to Russians before and after the election. They were talking to Russians at the time that the Russians broke into the DNC, stole information, and leaked it out. What we need to be focused on right now is figuring out, did any coordination take place there?
And so far in every investigation we've heard and we've seen, and this is Democrats and Republicans alike, and including Mr. Clapper, they've all said so far zero evidence of any collusion between the two. And this has been going on for more than a year. I mean, that Democrats have come out and said that. Zero evidence so far.
Well, there's no evidence so far that we know about, but a lot of this evidence is classified. That they know about. Well, but here, let's be fair for a second. Think about how many millions of dollars and how many committees were devoted to investigating Hillary Clinton and her emails, investigating the Benghazi scandal. All of a sudden, when it comes to, we have real evidence that communication was happening between Trump aides and the Russians, and there's refusal to have any sort of open investigation the way that we had for the last 2 years on Capitol Hill.
They both are having investigations they've been having for months, and they've stepped up, and a number of Republicans have said, listen, I am not going to sign off on something that's not legit. I want to follow this where it is. Russia should never be interfering with what we're doing. We're hearing that from Democrats and Republicans alike. I mean, those investigations aren't over, so we're not going to have the results yet, but they're ongoing.
Well, look, first of all, I want to underscore something you said. Democrats and Republicans are concerned about this issue, and it is absolutely a bipartisan issue. But unless you've seen, and I have not seen a single member of the Trump staff, Paul Manafort, Carter Page, anybody else, go up to Capitol Hill and testify about what they did or didn't say to the Russians. All this is being conducted in secret. It's not.
Okay. Here's what you need to take out of this. Trump campaign workers are being recorded in Trump Tower. They're being recorded in Trump Tower thanks to wiretaps in Trump Tower. James Clapper, before this interview with Robbie Mook, said he didn't know anything about wiretaps. Robbie Mook says, of course there's wiretaps. We've got these campaign workers. They're talking to Russians. What are they talking about? Nobody knows what they're talking about. They just know they're talking. But why do they know they're talking in the first place? They know they're talking in the first place because there are wiretaps in Trump Tower. And they're eavesdropping on Trump campaign officials. You know what? We lost a president over this. President Richard Nixon sent a group of guys into the Watergate to break into an office held by the Democrat National Committee. They got caught. What linked the White House to that break-in were a set of audio tapes. The audio tapes that Richard Nixon put into the White House himself for his own personal records. Does that sound familiar? So what happens is that Richard Nixon realizes that on some of those tapes, he's discussing the Watergate break-in with Haldeman, Dean, Liddy, all of those guys. And so he erases 18 and a half minutes of one tape. And that led to his resignation. Not only do we have Hillary Clinton putting a server in her house, right down the hallway from a skiff which she completely ignored. That's a secure information security. That's a secure information facility in her house. She ignored that. She set this up outside of that so she didn't have to share the information with the government. Why? Why was it that there was a wiretap into the server in Trump Tower, but there wasn't a wiretap into the server in Chappaqua? Same DOJ. Let's see, what's the difference? Oh, that's right. Trump was a Republican. Hillary was a Democrat. So that puts to bed all the ridiculous kerfuffle about, well, that's ridiculous and Trump doesn't have any evidence. Doesn't have any evidence. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Robbie Mook, who is so flipping stupid. He says, we've got them on tape talking to Russians. We know they were talking to the Russians. He doesn't know what they were talking about, but he just knows we've got them on tape. Well, how do we have them on tape, Mr. Mook? Oh, well, that was handled by somebody else. I didn't really have anything to do with that. I was just, I was just trying to work out the tactics of it all. Do you realize that James Clapper, the director of national intelligence, right before you had this interview, said that he had no idea about any wiretaps in Trump Tower? Oops. So there's trouble in Wiretapville. According to this article, Hillary Clinton tweeted about the wiretaps. So Hillary Clinton knew. So everybody knew except the mainstream media and the director of national intelligence. Is that what we're supposed to believe? And suddenly, when push comes to shove, there's all kinds of leaks going on. Conversations between the Australian Prime Minister and the President of the United States. Suddenly, it's being leaked out. By whom? Somebody who's listening to the conversations, obviously. Who could that be? Steve Schaefer says it was James Clapper and John Brennan. Too big to jail, I guess. But who else would have that information? In a presidential administration famous, this is something I said last night, in a presidential administration famous for using the IRS as a political tool against his political enemies, refusing to grant 501c3s so they could raise money to work to the benefit of conservative ideology in the United States. He apparently also used the DOJ, as we know. Eric Holder, Loretta Lynch, the FBI, James Comey. That's the only reason James Comey said there wasn't going to be a case against Hillary Clinton instead of Loretta Lynch, who was the Attorney General. Why wasn't she having that press conference? She had recused herself after talking to Bill Clinton. Isn't it strange also, by the way, that after that conversation on the tarmac at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, that's when the first FISA request for a wiretap to Trump Tower went out. How much more of this do we need to know? How much more of this do we have to know? Robbie Mook, I think it's important that we step back first and all remember what the facts are. The facts are Trump aides were caught talking to Russian agents, and those conversations captured because the intelligence community regularly taps the phone lines of Russian agents. So I think it's important. You say there was a wiretap? There was a wiretap of Russian agents, and those Russian agents were communicating with Trump's staff. That's why they were picked up. How do you know that? This is what the intelligence community told us. The same intelligence community that James Clapper had something to do with, who said he didn't know anything about it? Is that the same intelligence community, Mr. Mook? You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM, The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. So, how's the Trump presidency working out for everybody so far?
Every presidency gets a first wave of serious reviews after the first 100 days, so we thought we would do that at a great event. And you're invited. Hi, I'm John David Wells, and we want to welcome you to President Trump, the first 100 days.
Brought to you by Southwest Office Systems and 660 AM The Answer, Tuesday night, April 18th, the Eisman Center in Richardson. JD and I welcome our network buddy Mike Gallagher and special guest Senator Ted Cruz.
Tickets start at just $19. Backstage VIP at $135.
Tickets on sale now at 660amtheanswer.com. We'll be looking for you Tuesday, April 18th at the Eisman Center in Richardson.
President Trump, the first 100 days. Join Mark Davis and me, John David Wells, along with Mike Gallagher and Senator Ted Cruz. Get your tickets right now at 660amtheanswer.com.
660 AM The Answer and Southwest Office Systems present President Trump, the first 100 days, made possible by our national tour sponsor, MyPillow. Visit MyPillow.com and type in discount code 100days to buy the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own.
Ready and reliable, anytime, night or day. When your plumbing's got problems or your drains are clogged, that's when you need AAA. You go to AAA-auger.com.
Is your home ready for spring? Is your water system ready to handle the demands of the Texas heat? Are you concerned about high water bills heading into summer? Call Reliable Red and the professional plumbers at AAA Auger Plumbing Services for a free home evaluation, where there's never a charge for coming out and no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. Call AAA Auger Plumbing Services 24-hour hotline now at 877-999-1979. That's 877-999-1979. So if you need a plumber fast, call AAA Auger Plumbing Services. Some restrictions apply. License M37445.
When your plumbing's got problems or your drains are clogged, go to AAA-auger.com.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. If I come to you on the subject of buying insurance, you might instantly recoil. Oh, it's complex, it's hard, it's expensive. What are you even talking about? Health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance? Well, I'm talking about all of those, and I've got a place you can go that makes it simple and affordable. It is PolicyGenius.com, an AR genius, PolicyGenius.com. POLICY, PolicyGenius.com. Unbiased advice and real quotes on health insurance, life insurance, renter's insurance, disability insurance, even pet insurance. Hey, veterinary bills. It's one magnificent site, PolicyGenius.com. Great advice. You get to compare insurance quotes and save, and you can then apply and buy. One place, PolicyGenius.com. The simplest way to get the right policy for you at the right price. No jargon. It's unbiased. It's an honest approach that puts you first. PolicyGenius.com. Check it out. I've done it. I love it. POLICY, PolicyGenius.com.
You're here for Relief Factor. I encourage you to give it a try. It's all about getting rid of the inflammation in your body. If you're tired of having your back just ache and ache, your ankles do the same, your toes throb, your knees rebel, then you need to go to relieffactor.com right now and give it a try. It is nature's pharmacy, packaged in an easy-to-use group of supplements that make all the difference in the world. Put down the Aleve, put down the ibuprofen, pick up relieffactor.com. Nature's got an apothecary of everything you need to fight inflammation. Don't take those over the counters. They're bad for you. You can't take them every single day. You can, however, take relieffactor.com. You'll find detailed product information at relieffactor.com, and you get your first order at $19.95. Watch and look at all of the listener testimonials that have come in. Relieffactor.com wants you to give it a try. Learn more about the product and their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. And come one day closer to inflammation-free living. Relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com.
Do you know what a RIA is? It's a Real Estate Investor Association, and it's where smart people go to obtain wholesale houses, obtain no money, no credit financing, meet local buyers, sellers, and investing partners, and receive local market intelligence and training. Don't buy houses retail. That's ridiculous. And please don't waste your money going to a get-rich-quick seminar from a traveling pitchman. Come network with local Dallas area real estate investors that are just getting started or taking it to the next level. Come join the largest real estate investor network in Texas. We meet on Thursday, March 9th at 6 p.m. at the Dallas Westin Galleria. And you can register to attend for free by calling 800-997-4830. This month's topic is how to buy houses without relying on banks. Call 800-997-4830. Write it down. That's 800-997-4830 to attend any of our upcoming meetings and receive a valuable Texas real estate training program for free. Brought to you by the Dallas Real Estate Investment Association.
Listen to us live on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. Now, the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Telephone number 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Steve Bannon reported yesterday that they had solid evidence that indeed there was proof that the Trump campaign was being wiretapped. Those requests came through the FISA court, through the Department of Justice. I know what Donald Trump is doing, but he needs to be more precise. He says that President Obama was wiretapping him. No, not true. The Department of Justice was wiretapping him. At the time, the Department of Justice was part of the Obama administration. To be specific, the president should have said the Obama administration was wiretapping the Trump campaign. So it's being called Obamagate for a reason. Because it's Watergate on steroids. But instead of using thugs called plumbers, just second-story guys that were picked up somewhere around Washington, D.C., the Department of Justice used the FISA court to do the dirty work. Meanwhile, the FBI, an FBI official comes to Reince Priebus and says, by the way, these accusations that the Trump campaign was involved with the Russians are all BS. Where's that coming from? So now we have to find a FISA court judge that was willing to play politics with the Obama administration's DOJ. Then we have to determine there is a paper trail. All you have to do is get a hold of it at this point. Bannon said that he did not want to talk about their sources and methods because it was a life and death situation with the people involved. Why would he say that? The various issues are today. The reason that Donald Trump is having trouble with the intelligence agencies and the reason that there's so much leaking going on is they're trying to tell the president who's boss. Does that send shivers up and down your spine? Sort of like the KGB telling the Russian government who's boss. Actually, it'd be the GRU, but 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. So what do we have here? What do we have here? What do we have? 866-660-5759. Coming up on the Wells Report, there are two kinds of America. There are apparently two Americas. Which are which? Who is who? We'll come up with that as we continue on the Wells Report here on 660 AM The Answer. Thanks very much for joining us. Back in a moment.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. There are some services you can seek, and if you don't find the best company first, that's all right. Just find a better company. Foundation repair does not apply. You want the best company first because a job done badly is a nightmare. Abacus Foundation Repair is there, the best company to call first at 972-406-9000, 972-406-9000, or abacusfoundationrepair.com. A+ from the Better Business Bureau for 6 straight years, recommended by the world's leading service company review website since 2001. When you have Abacus repair your foundation, they'll include a free engineer's report. That's a $600 to $800 value. Millennium composite pilings for the strongest foundation solution, and they're the only company offering them in North Texas. So Abacus Foundation Repair, call the right company first. 972-406-9000. A tech on hand at all times to make sure you're taken care of. 972-406-9000. That's 972-406-9000 or abacusfoundationrepair.com.
I used to play a lot of sports in college, but when I got older, my legs started to burn and ache, making it hard to work out. Then I noticed those varicose and spider veins. I couldn't believe it. I thought this only happened to my mom and her friends.
The professionals at Vein Clinics of America have performed over 1 million personalized procedures for their patients, making them the largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the U.S. Using state-of-the-art laser and minimally invasive treatments, they can begin restoring your legs back to health in as little as 1 hour with no downtime, and most treatments are covered by insurance.
I called Vein Clinics of America, and they fixed my legs. No more ugly veins. Now I can run and do squats again.
Guys, get back in the game. Call now and schedule a free fast-track consultation with one of our doctors and learn how you can finally get rid of those embarrassing varicose and spider veins. Space is limited, so call now. 800-300-3388. That's 800-300-3388. 800-300-3388.
Attention homeowners. Do you or someone you know have a house you'd like to sell? Hello, I'm Dan Franklin. I've been buying and selling real estate right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for over 20 years. And my process is simple. I'll pay you cash and I'll pay you more. Just listen to what other people are saying after they called me to buy their house.
My name is Brent Patterson. Dan Franklin gave us $30,000 more for our house. Definitely call Dan if you want more money for your house.
I'm Bill Mays. I made an extra $18,000 working with Dan.
My name is Brenda Griffin. Dan Franklin gave us over $15,000 more for our house. Definitely call Dan.
Okay, now it's your turn. Would you like a higher cash offer? I'm Dan Franklin. I'll pay you cash and I'll pay you more. Call me today at 214-929-5555. That's 214-929-5555.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
I know I need to earn my MBA if I want to move up. I'm looking for an MBA that offers unique concentrations. I want an online MBA that's top-ranked, established. I care about the school's reputation because I know my future employers will too.
Thinking about earning your MBA? At Northeastern's DeMoore McKim School of Business, we offer a 100% online MBA with 8 concentrations that can help set you apart in today's competitive workforce.
To speak to an enrollment advisor, text INSPIRE to 37913.
Hi, this is Maury Moreland Morrison, here to tell you Geico has more than just great savings. Much more. Yes, while Geico could help you rack up more moolah faster than you can say metamorphosis, they've also been the fastest growing auto insurer for more than 10 years. That's more like it. Furthermore, Geico has fast and friendly claim service. That might seem like an oxymoron, but it's not. All the more reason to say no other auto insurer has more than Geico. Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
This is 660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report with John David Wells. Must hear radio on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Reports. My name is John David Wells. President Trump had a second executive order banning visitors from 6 predominantly Muslim states from entering the country, lands in an America that's deeply divided on what it means to be American. This is from Chris Cillizza of the Washington Post. Oh, wait, before we go any further, let me get a hold of Larry in Gun Barrel City. Larry, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Hello. Hey, JD, look, this revelation from WikiLeaks about the different things that the government is able to do, making our smartphones into spies against us and stuff like that. What has really amazed me, I was watching Fox News and Karl Rove was on there, and he's one of these rhinocrats. And his reaction was what really infuriated me, was the fact that his reaction was he was mad because Julian Assange exposed all this, and because now foreign powers can know how we spy on them. The trouble is, reports I've heard say that the foreign powers already have this because they stole it from us. We spent $100 billion developing it, and now foreign powers have stolen it from us, so they got it for free.
It is ever thus. It's ever thus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like it's just a matter of time. The creators of technology only have it for just a few minutes.
Exactly.
And which is why we try to protect these products the best way we can, and secrecy is the best way we can. Look, make no mistake, what WikiLeaks is doing is damaging to the United States and our clandestine services. But how much more damaging can it be, especially under the circumstances of, okay, wait a minute, how much of this is being applied to Americans?
Right.
You see, it seems to me that anything that is being used to violate the Bill of Rights of the United States is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
It seems to me that even the CIA, FBI for sure, CIA for sure, NSA for sure, these agencies have to be constitutionally compliant.
All right.
And it doesn't make any difference whether they collect this stuff without a warrant, because to them it's anonymous. In other words, it's just so much noise. It's like for example, imagine a wheelbarrow full of sand. Okay?
Okay.
Every single grain of sand carries metadata. And so what happens is that you take this 2 gigantic handful scoops of sand and you put it in a bucket called the federal government of the United States.
Okay.
And there are 500 million grains of sand. And every single one of them has metadata. They've gathered up all that sand. They've gathered up all this evidence, but they say they don't really possess it because they haven't really gone in to get it. Now, what they'll say is we'll go to a court and we'll get a warrant. And what they'll do is they'll say, okay, John David Wells, I want all the grains of sand that have John David Wells attached to them in some way.
Uh-huh.
And then those particular grains of sand are pulled out of the bucket. Now, when they gathered all of that sand that had my name on it, they didn't have a warrant. But now they have a warrant to go back into a bucket of sand that has my stuff in it that they got without a warrant and suddenly pick up all that stuff because now they have a warrant. That's called collecting evidence before you actually need it. You're collecting evidence on me for a rainy day. And it's not just what I say on the air here, which is being recorded in every possible way, but it's what I say on my phone. It's what I say on my computer to somebody else. It's what I text. It's where I go. It's where I buy gasoline.
Okay.
It's how much gasoline I bought. It's how much money I paid for it. It's how much money I got paid in my paycheck because that goes into a bank. It's all this information.
Exactly.
And it's all being held without a warrant by the federal government for no reason whatsoever unless they need it. Let's do an IRS audit on John David. Sure has given us, we Democrats, a really hard time. We already know the IRS is a political tool used by the Obama administration. Let's just say, let's go back 5 years and let's put John David under some kind of audit. We know every dime he made. We know every dime he spent. All we have to do is just lift it up out of the computers because we already have the information, except they shouldn't have the information. They didn't have any warrant to gather all this stuff up about me. But they did it anyway. And because of that, they're saying, well, let's just go ahead and wiretap Donald Trump in the middle of a campaign, a presidential campaign, because he's talking to Russians. About what? If there's a server inside Trump Tower that's being interrogated by the Department of Justice for anything having to do with Russian connections in a financial way, that's not their business unless they have a warrant. And if they have a warrant, I want to see it now. I want to see the warrant. I want to see the judge who signed it. I want to see how all that works now. Because we lost a president over that once. Because that's spying on your competition. Would that have gotten President Obama impeached? You're damn right it did. I wonder who else he wiretapped. I wonder who else President Obama wiretapped in the midterms, in the run-up to the 2012 election. How much information did he have on Mitt Romney? Did he have Mitt Romney saying some stupid things on the telephone? And is that the reason why in the second debate Mitt Romney just basically stopped talking? Is that how that worked? You see, it doesn't really stop, does it? That's why corruption is illegal. Because once it takes hold, the rot spreads everywhere. Pretty soon you think, well, it's quite all right for me to get a wiretap of my political enemies. No, it's not. I don't know what they're going to do if they find out that there was a wiretap that was outside the purvey of the FISA warrant that was looking at a server inside Trump Tower. I'm trying to figure out and then once again, there are big problems with that FISA warrant in the first place. That judge needs to explain just exactly what was going through his head, what probable cause he had. He has to explain where the probable cause of going in and looking at this server lies. That's information that had to be provided by the DOJ. What did the DOJ tell this FISA judge? Is this FISA judge a good Democrat playing ball? If so, he needs to go. Loretta Lynch is out of the business. James Comey is going to resign any second now. John Brennan, James Clapper, gone and gone. Hillary Clinton out of the picture. Clinton Foundation. Benghazi. And now Obamagate? Can this be true? They call it the fruit of the poison tree. It is a classic probable cause case. An illegal search turns up damning information about someone for some reason. But that evidence is inadmissible because it came as the result of an illegal search, the fruit of the poison tree. In this particular case, I'm reasonably sure there's no fruit. There's nothing because of this. All they have is what they've shown. If they had anything else, they would have shown it. If they had this, and we've got proof of that too, because Michael Flynn spent some time talking a little bit about Russian sanctions. This is the same circle here. This is the same circle. Remember? They're talking about Michael Flynn talking to Russians, the Russian ambassador, talking about getting rid of the Russian sanctions that President Obama put on his last day on Russia. How did they know what Michael Flynn was talking about? Sure, Michael Flynn cooked his goose when he didn't tell the vice president the real truth. Well, that was probably just an oversight. Probably wasn't something that he was even thinking about. But that's the way it looked, and it cost him his job. You got to be smarter than that, General. That's just the way it works. But who was listening to the phone call? Under what auspices? Did that phone call occur in Trump Tower? If it didn't occur in Trump Tower, where was Michael Flynn when he had the conversation? There's a lawsuit on this, by the way. Judicial Watch. Judicial Watch wants to know where all this information came from. They could very well clear Michael Flynn's name. Although he's still got to deal with the lie to the vice president, but there you go. I have always said that the Obama administration was too clever by half. Have they set themselves up? Are they about to take themselves out Robbie Mook, so focused on the fact that operatives for the Trump campaign were talking to Russians, he forgot to realize that he knew that they were talking to Russians was illegal. And so he just goes out and spews it. Nobody in the mainstream media is reporting it, except Fox News. Shannon Bream has him cold. Steve Doocy on Fox and Friends in the morning has him cold. You mean there are wiretaps? Oh, yeah. Where is it on the New York Times? Nowhere to be seen. How about the Washington Times? Well, how about the Washington Post? Nowhere to be seen. Something else I said. You know what? I am starting to get annoyed at the I told you so's. They're beginning to pile up so much they're upsetting me. This alliance between the mainstream media. They only do real journalism when a Republican's in town. When a Democrat's the president of the United States, they're the stenography service. They're the propaganda wing of the presidency of the United States. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer. Back with more in just a moment.
This is Owen Strand for townhall.com. The decision of the Trump administration to overturn President Obama's transgender bathroom policy and instead to correlate bathroom usage with one's biological sex is not a victory for any political group. It's a victory for common sense. It's an affirmation of basic human sanity. There are many celebrities speaking up about this decision, presenting the decision by the Trump White House as a violation of transgender rights. Though this rhetoric sounds fearsome, the decision is a reasonable step in the right direction. We should offer compassionate help to people who experience gender dysphoria. We should not, however, change public laws or require schools to overhaul their restroom structure, as the Obama administration did. This, in point of fact, is compassionate. It protects little boys and girls from tremendous and damaging confusion that occurs when a child of the opposite sex enters their bathroom. Children of different sexes should not share bathrooms, and they certainly should not have the federal government telling them they must do so. I'm Owen Strand.
Here's microbiologist Dr. Tim O'Neill talking about balance of nature.
Scientific research has shown that many cancers and lifestyle diseases can be prevented with a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. This prevention comes from the phytochemicals in the plants. They fight against oxidants that damage the cell's DNA, causing mutations that lead to disease. I don't take any supplementation, but I take balance of nature because I've seen it in my lab. I've seen the immune response increase. I've seen your DNA repair capacity increase, and I've seen DNA protection, and I know that it works.
Balance of Nature is providing you the best offer they've ever given. 2 free months of fruits and veggies and free shipping. Call now for details. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code 660AM.
What's the scariest thing about going to the dentist? Opening your mouth or opening your wallet? Because just a simple cleaning can cost $100, and things like root canals can cost you hundreds more. If you don't have dental insurance to help, you should give Physicians Mutual Insurance Company a call. 1-800-500-0898. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps pay for checkups right away. So you can call today and get your teeth cleaned tomorrow. Plus, it helps cover the more expensive procedures you might need down the road. Fillings, crowns, bridges, even costly dentures. There's no deductible and no annual maximum. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. There are no networks, so you can choose any dentist you'd like. That's right, any dentist you want. Call and we'll rush you a free information kit with all the details. 1-800-500-0898. That's 1-800-500-0898. 1-800-500-0898.
Ever had buyer's regret? A pair of shoes you didn't really need? Electronics obsolete before you even plugged them in? Or tens of thousands of dollars of timeshare regret? That's what you get when you're stuck with a timeshare agreement you don't want anymore. We're the timeshare exit attorneys, the leaders in helping folks get out of timeshares and erasing regret. See if you qualify. For valuable free information, call 1-800-500-1967. Maybe you made an impulse buy that has become a financial burden you can no longer afford. Maybe you don't use the timeshare enough to make it worthwhile. Maybe you were pressured by a timeshare salesperson into making a bad decision. Now you want out because your timeshare isn't a fun escape, it's a waste of your money. With decades of experience, we're your number one trusted option with fast, professional service. No middlemen, no cutting corners, no more timeshare regret. See if you qualify. For valuable free information, call 1-800-500-1967. That's 1-800-500-1967.
Compassion International presents the Rock and Worship Roadshow featuring Stephen Curtis Chapman. Along with Francesca Battistelli. And Ren Collective. Plus Passion, Family Force 5, and Jordan Feliz. And the Roadshow's pre-show party with Derek Miner and Urban Rescue. Sunday, March 26th, 6 p.m. at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. Tickets are $15.50 for reserved seating, $55 VIP, and $100 for VIP Plus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com or the AAC box office. Christian music's most entertaining concert series for the whole family. The Rock and Worship Roadshow. Sunday, March 26th, 6 p.m. at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. Welcomed by 94.9 KLTY. More info at theroadshowtour.com.
660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report is on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Trespassing drones are becoming such a problem, says one Oklahoma lawmaker. He wants people to be able to shoot them down without facing civil liability. State Senator Ralph Shorty, a Republican who represents the Oklahoma City area, authored a bill that exempts people from lawsuits if they damage drones that veer over their property. The lawmakers' measure unanimously passed out of the State Senate Judiciary Committee in late February, is headed for a full vote in the upper chamber sometime this month. The measure applies to drones that are not under Federal Aviation Administration regulations. There are plenty of privacy issues not addressed by any of the FAA regulations or state law, Shorty was quoted by KTUL as saying. It's KTUL television. It's an ABC affiliate. It doesn't matter how you damage the thing. As a private citizen, you have a reasonable expectation of privacy above your own property where the public does not have access that is under 400 feet. Shorty cited an incident in 2015 when a drone was shot down during a pigeon shoot being held to raise money for Republican U.S. Senator James Inhofe. Showing Animals Respect and Kindness, an animal protection advocacy group, was filming video of the event on private property. Somebody shot it down. My kind of people. Gee, I wonder how quickly we could get that law passed in Texas. You're listening to the Wells Report.
The Mark Davis Show. Mark Davis Show.
So, what do you know? Some focus on actual issues like Obamacare repeal and replace, immigration policy, even the bathroom bill hearings in Austin. Hey, as a talk show guy, how much Russia and wiretaps can you do? Tell you what, we'll pay attention to all of the above on our Wednesday morning show. Bring us all of your views on the news of the morning.
The Mark Davis Show. Weekday mornings at 7, right before Mike Gallagher at 10 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Do you know what a RIA is? It's a real estate investor association, and it's where smart people go to obtain wholesale houses, obtain no money, no credit financing, meet local buyers, sellers, and investing partners, and receive local market intelligence and training. Don't buy houses retail. That's ridiculous. And please don't waste your money going to a get-rich-quick seminar from a traveling pitchman. Come network with local Dallas area real estate investors that are just getting started or taking it to the next level. Come join the largest real estate investor network in Texas. We meet on Thursday, March 9th at 6 p.m. at the Dallas Westin Galleria. And you can register to attend for free by calling 800-997-4830. This month's topic is how to buy houses without relying on banks. Call 800-997-4830. Write it down. That's 800-997-4830 to attend any of our upcoming meetings and receive a valuable Texas real estate training program for free. Brought to you by the Dallas Real Estate Investment Association.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My water heater broke down.
Sorry, but your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover water heater breakdowns.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my water heater?
I'm afraid not.
But his water heater could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus components of 20 other major home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-700-1134. Home insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-700-1134. That's 1-800-700-1134. 1-800-700-1134. This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM. KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jack Callahan. A batch of purported CIA documents published by WikiLeaks revealing high-tech hacking techniques.
The CIA using special tools to break into smartphones, computers, Samsung TVs, to turn our technology into listening devices, tapping into smart TVs even when they're turned off to send recorded conversations to a secret CIA server.
Fox's Ed Henry, 4 people dead, 35 hurt as a train broadsides a tour bus at a railroad crossing in Biloxi, Mississippi. This man saw it.
Unfortunately, I did see one of the deceased, the person that got hit by that was on the front of the bus that was probably trying to exit the bus. They were actually dead on impact.
The bus traveling from Austin, Texas to a Gulf Coast casino. Governor Jerry Brown declares 53 California counties disaster areas from recent storms. He's also asking for federal disaster assistance. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
What if you could have an experience of a lifetime, and I mean it, a lifetime this year? Dennis Prager here, and a timely and important expedition to the land of Israel.
Check, 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 check. Today is a day without women. According to the group of people that says we're not going to work today, the women of the world are going to stay home. This means teachers. Does it mean? It means, let me see. Let's see. Teachers. Who else? Hold on. Teachers. Hold on. It's mostly teachers. Yeah, I was going to say.
Bakers and cake makers.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Teachers and tinkers and candlestick minkers. No. All right. You may not have noticed, but today is a day without women. Yeah. This is a you may not have noticed it today. You may not have noticed, but today is a day without women. For some reason, Kira Davis wants to have a day without women. March 8th is the day, and women will take the day off from paid and unpaid labor. They're not going to shop. I wonder if they're going to use makeup. More importantly, I wonder, will executive producer Vicky Stiver be at work tomorrow? Be at work later today? Join us to find out next time on the Wells Report.
Okay, that really makes me laugh. Thank you.
Mark Davis, how are you, my friend? It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It means that it's a day without women. Yeah, March 8th is a day without women. Women are taking the day off from paid and unpaid labor. They're not going to shop for one day. Are they going to not use lip gloss too? I want to know about this. Everyone should wear red in solidarity for a day without women. But most important, did Rhonda Moreland, producer of the Mark Davis Show, show up to work today? Will Vicky Stifer, executive producer of The Wells Report, show up to work on this day without women? Find out next time on The Wells Report.
908,000 right now, and we will help teach you how to keep your retirement savings away from the government and safe in your pocket. Just call today at 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Representatives are standing by. Call 800-900-8000 today.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper, article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more. 800-827-5948. That's 800-827-5948. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
You know, I'm not a genius about money. I love my credit cards, and they love me. I was using them as a source of income, and then I got behind in my payments, and creditors were calling. I figured I had a problem, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I heard about Trinity, so I called and talked to a counselor. In half an hour, we worked out a plan. Now I've got one easy monthly payment, a lower interest rate, and I'm getting out of debt.
If you're in an endless cycle of paying on credit card balances that never seem to go away, then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity will consolidate your accounts, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call 1-800-936-5348. That's 1-800-936-5348. Call 1-800-936-5348.
At Simple Sleep Services, our team of doctors are experts in providing the least invasive treatment for snoring and sleep apnea. A custom-fit, comfortable solution that you simply pop in before bed each night and wake up feeling refreshed. And it's covered by medical insurance. We are the most experienced team in the nation providing our treatment, and your diagnosis will be from a board-certified sleep physician using today's latest technology. Visit simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. No CPAP, no surgery, no implants, just simple sleep.
660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. We were going to talk about this almost an hour ago, but we were sidetracked.
Breaking news.
Larry in Gun Barrel City asked a question that required more conversation.
Larry's fault.
It's all Larry's fault. So let me start this over again. Chris Cillizza from the Washington Post. The astounding political divide over what it means to be American. President Trump's second executive order banning visitors from 6 predominantly Muslim states from entering the country lands in an America deeply divided on what it means to be American. That's according to a new AP NORC poll that suggests there really are 2 Americas right now, a Republican one and a Democrat one. Nearly 6 in 10 Americans, 57%, think that a culture grounded in Christian religious beliefs is important to our American identity. 29% of Democrats say the same. That is, by the way, a clear plurality. Clear plurality. 86%, in fact. 46% of Republicans say that it's a culture established by the country's early European immigrants is an important part of what makes us Americans. 25% of Democrats agree. Again, the plurality is 61%. I'm sorry, 71%. 2/3 of Democrats cite the mixing of cultures and values from around the world as fundamentally American. Just 1/3 of Republicans feel that way. Democrats are more likely than Republicans to consider the nation's diversity and the ability of people to immigrate to the United States as important, while Republicans are more inclined to cite the importance of the use of English and sharing a culture, preferably based on Christian beliefs and European customs. While the numbers suggest that let me try it again. What the numbers suggest is that not only are Democrats and Republicans living in two different countries societally, socially, culturally, politically, but they also don't agree on what the country should at its center be. That's not true. I don't know where he came up with that because of the clear pluralities and everything he's talking about, but let's just play along, shall we? Partisanship now extends not just to who you vote for and why, but also what you think the United States is and should be. Well, of course. What's both fascinating and deeply problematic from a political perspective is that neither side has enough people to declare victory over the other. That's the way it's supposed to be. Isn't that the wonderful magic of diversity? Of course it is. The hypocrisy is incredible. The 2016 election showed the standoff in stark relief. Hillary Clinton won the popular vote by nearly 3 million fraudulent votes. Okay. 3 million votes. 65,844,610 to 62,997,636 for Donald Trump. Donald Trump won the Electoral College 306 to 232 over Clinton. The county by county map of the election results tells the story of just how divided we are. The map shows just how little red and blue America interact with one another. Living near people who disagree with you politically is just something that no longer happens regularly in this country. Increasingly, Democrat America and Republican America don't talk to each other. That makes it easier to demonize the other side and also to harden your own views of politics and what makes America great, or even just America. If we can't agree on what American really means, we're going to be very hard to find common ground on anything else. Depressingly, that appears to be where we are. Chris, I understand what you're trying to say, but you're not saying it well. Nowhere in America's history has there been more brilliant communication. We communicate with each other more now than we ever have. As I am sitting here right now, I am communicating with you on the radio. I'm communicating with you on YouTube live events. I'm communicating with you on a chat room on YouTube live events. I'm communicating with you on my cell phone. That's all happening at the same time. The interchange of information that we have, and oh, by the way, there's a television on right over there. I'm at the center of 5 different ways to communicate. And I'm interacting with every single one of them. Well, actually 6 if you count the telephone. 7 if you count the screen that Vicky types, snotty notes to me on. While I'm sitting here slaving away over this hot microphone, Vicky will pop up a snarky little note.
Ever.
What are you going to do tomorrow when a day without woman pops up? A day without women, huh? That's what she pops up. She's trying to scare me into taking the day off, I guess. Is that what we need to do? We all need to take the day off.
Oh, no. You guys need to work.
No. What we should do is both Matt and I should take the day off tomorrow because it's a day without women. And what we should do is we should just do whatever you do.
Well, that sounds fine. I'm in control anyway.
Hang around with you.
Okay.
I just want to get a pedicure. So that would be nice. So whatever it is that you do, put a pedicure on the list.
I can't do that because a lot of the salons, women give the pedicure.
That's okay.
They won't be there.
Oh, that's right. Gosh, that's right. All right. So anyway,
cook your own grilled cheese, okay?
So we talk to each other constantly. But the language is harsh and the interaction is tough. I don't know how to communicate with somebody who has their mind made up and they just won't listen to any reason. The best thing to do is to stop communicating. This election has cost me at least 2 friends. People I revere. I don't know that I'll ever speak to either of them again. Three Bar M says you can't fix stupid. Stop it. Stop it. I wonder if that's what they think about me. Probably. I got a text from somebody who said, "So knowing what you know now, would you still vote for Trump?" I don't know how to answer. I don't want to lose another friend. I just don't want to lose another friend. So yeah, so Liza is correct when we start talking about the fact that Republicans and Democrats really have a tough time talking to each other. I guarantee you the Democrats thought that Donald Trump was going to destroy the nation. I mean, they actually got scared. Actually got scared, just like us. I was frightened out of my wits that leftist progressive Hillary Clinton was going to be the president of the United States. I was sure that if Donald Trump wasn't going to get elected, that we wouldn't have the country that we have, that it would change dramatically. And that it would change for the worse dramatically. And it would be generations before we fixed it. I would be dead before this was anything except a once great nation in decline. I'm not sure that that's not going to happen anyway, but at least we forestalled what I considered to be pretty much lead pipe cinch. Is this the way this is supposed to be? To a degree, I believe it is. Do I miss Democrat friends? Yeah. I have friends on my chat rooms, on both my Facebook pages. And we all have the same rules. We're nice to each other. We may disagree, but we're nice. There have been times when I've had to end conversations with people, but not without warning them first. And it wasn't because of ideological reasons. It was because of reasons of politeness. You got to listen too. You have to listen to what other people say, which is something that I spend a lot of time doing on this broadcast, because I don't have all the answers. The Republicans don't have all the answers. Conservatives don't have all the answers. Democrats don't have all the answers. Leftist progressives don't have all the answers. We don't have all the answers. When the leftist progressives passed Obamacare, they said we have to pass the bill before you can find out what's inside it. The American Health Care Act, please go read the bill. Get in contact with your representatives. Tell them what you want that bill to say. If you are a conservative and want less, fight for it. If you're a mainstream Republican, if you're a moderate Republican and want more, fight for it. If you're a Democrat and think that Obamacare was just fine, then you fight for your side of it. I don't know that everybody has to agree, but I do know this. We do have to be polite. And we do have to be willing to work with each other to get a better bill. Because more heads are better than one. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. There are some services you can seek, and if you don't find the best company first, that's all right. Just find a better company. Foundation repair does not apply. You want the best company first because a job done badly is a nightmare. Abacus Foundation Repair is there, the best company to call first at 972-406-9000, 972-406-9000, or abacusfoundationrepair.com. A+ from the Better Business Bureau for 6 straight years, recommended by the world's leading service company review website since 2001. When you have Abacus repair your foundation, they'll include a free engineer's report. That's a $600 to $800 value. Millennium composite pilings for the strongest foundation solution, and they're the only company offering them in North Texas. So Abacus Foundation Repair, call the right company first, 972-406-9000. A tech on hand at all times to make sure you're taken care of. 972-406-9000. That's 972-406-9000 or abacusfoundationrepair.com.
Warning, if you've recently declared bankruptcy, you're going to want to cover your ears because there's an alternative to bankruptcy and it could be better than you'd ever think possible. But if you've already declared bankruptcy and have missed this opportunity, you'll want to cover your ears now. Here it is. Right now, the company that has resolved more credit card debt than anyone in the U.S. may be able to settle your debt too. You could resolve your debt with one low monthly program payment. If you call right now and qualify, Freedom Debt Relief will show you how low your monthly program payment could be for free. Call now. 1-800-600-3018. That's 1-800-600-3018. If you're struggling with debt, this could be your answer. And the bigger your debt, the more money you could save. To find out for free how much of your hard-earned money Freedom Debt Relief could help you save, call now. 1-800-600-3018. 1-800-600-3018. 1-800-600-3018.
The tech show's on this month. I was thinking of looking at home security systems.
Oh, cool. I'll go with you. We're looking for more home security ideas, too. That's why I called Budget Blinds.
Budget Blinds?
Look at this.
A remote for the blinds.
Yep, motorized.
Okay, well, that's beyond cool. I love it. But what does it have to do with home security?
Oh, they also come with a timer. The blinds and drapes open themselves in the morning, close in the evening.
Oh, so it looks like somebody's home even when you're not.
Exactly, and I saved a bunch of money. Sally saved a bunch of money.
Ha, but you'll take the credit.
Yeah.
My brother, the tech genius.
Thanks, man.
Now give me that remote.
Budget Blinds motorized window coverings are the ultimate in luxury, and during the Luxury Within Reach event, they're even more affordable. The more you buy, the more you save, with savings up to $2,000. Hurry and call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now before this offer ends, or go online to budgetblinds.com. Don't miss out. Call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now. Offer good on select products at participating independently owned and operated franchises. Restrictions may apply. Ask for details.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head dealing with monthly payments, there's a powerful secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $5,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to virtually eliminate your credit card debt and make your monthly payment affordable. To see how much you could save, call now, 1-800-700-3515. Don't declare bankruptcy. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. Credit Associates. Live better debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-700-3515. That's 1-800-700-3515.
Compassion International presents the Rock and Worship Roadshow featuring Stephen Curtis Chapman. Sunday, March 26th, 6 p.m. at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, along with Francesca Battistelli, Ren Collective, Passion, Family Force 5, Jordan Feliz, and the Roadshow's pre-show party with Derek Minor and Urban Rescue. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com and the AAC box office. Welcomed by 94.9 KLTY. More info at theroadshowtour.com.
Sean Hannity here for my friends at Generator Supercenter, the great American story. Now, this started in 2005 with two brothers selling and repairing generators out of their garage in Texas. Today, they are the #1 Generac dealer in the nation. #1 means more savings for you. When the power goes down, keep your home or business up and running with a Generac standby power system from the Generator Supercenter. Financing available, payments as low as $100 a month. GeneratorSupercenter.com. That's GeneratorSupercenter.com.
660 AM The Answer. 660 AM TheAnswer.com. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. Should we have a border? Should we have a border that is secure? Yes or no? It is in the Constitution of the United States that we maintain borders, that our government is charged with that particular task. We have, as it turns out, done so many things, so many torturous things with the actual Constitution of the United States, not actually the document. But we found so many ways to circumvent it that the ugliness of fascism and the works of political troops, tribes, etc., have become antithetical to the country in which they live. I understand what Saliz is trying to get across is that we're damaging our nation through the process of polarization politically. There are strong ideas about where this country's future lies. Solism bemoans the fact that there is no center point for all of us to rally around. I point out that there is. It is those very papers left by the framers of this country that we should all rally around. But at some point, one of the political parties decided that America was a bad place. And that those things that we built this country on were unacceptable in some way. And rather than do what was necessary to change the country in the way that is prescribed, they just decided to start ignoring all the DNA that is this land. And so what ended up happening is what we are currently fighting with is we've got a group of people in this country that hate it, demonstrably so, want to change it into a country where politics and the government is more important than we the people. And then we have another group of people that are we the people and say, no, not on my watch. You're not going to do any of that. I'm one of those people. I believe I'm fighting for my nation as it is. The people on the other side are fighting for a nation that is yet to be. And what I believe the fatal flaw in all that is that nation that is yet to be is based on nations that have come and gone. Socialism has failed everywhere it's tried. A government of the government, for the government, and by the government has always been overthrown, in some cases violently. What is that, James? What is that Thomas Jefferson quote? From time to time, the tree of liberty must be watered with the blood of tyrants and patriots. You're listening to the Wells Report.
Attention homeowners. Do you or someone you know have a house you'd like to sell? Hello, I'm Dan Franklin. I've been buying and selling real estate right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for over 20 years, and my process is simple. I'll pay you cash, and I'll pay you more. Just listen to what other people are saying after they called me to buy their house.
My name is Brent Patterson. Dan Franklin gave us $30,000 more for our house. Definitely call Dan if you want more money for your house.
I'm Bill Mays. I made an extra $18,000 working with Dan.
My name is Brenda Griffin. Dan Franklin gave us over $15,000 more for our house. Definitely call Dan.
Okay, now it's your turn. Would you like a higher cash offer? I'm Dan Franklin. I'll pay you cash and I'll pay you more. Call me today at 214-929-5555. That's 214-929-5555.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. I went from being able to work 14, 16 hours a day with no problem to where I could barely walk a block to the store. I went on to the phytonutrients about 6 months ago, and within a couple of months, my medical doctor had cut my prescriptions down in a little bit smaller dosage. The next time I went back a month later, I walked into the doctor's office and he says, "My gosh, what's happened to you? You don't even look like the same person." He looked at my legs and the swelling had gone down. My blood pressure was down. The venous stasis ulcers that I had had on my legs for the last 4 or 5 years because of the poor circulation were all healed, and I'm feeling far better.
The new challenge will allow you to receive 2 months of Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies free, and we'll even ship them to you free. Call now for details. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code 660AM.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I love telling you about my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas and the life-saving, valuable information they've given to me. I want you to hear another Viascan success story. Here is Dave.
If my daughter and father-in-law had not talked me in to go to Viascan to begin with, I would have never found out that I had heart problems. I also would have never known that I had kidney cancer. So, yeah, Viascan basically saved my life. My advice today, after all I've gone through, is when you feel something that's not right, get it checked out.
That is so great, and exactly what I hear from so many Viascan clients and patients. They go in, they learn things, they see the kind of shape they're in before they start an exercise program. They learn things that in many cases save their lives. These tests are thousands at local hospitals. I'm going to get you the heart scan and the body scan for $695 at Viascan of Las Colinas. Let's do it today. 972-739-2840. That is 972-739-2840, or just Google Viascan.
This is Michael Medved for Relief Factor with an email that came in from Nicole. She writes, I'm 34 years old and I have severe lower back pain for 20 years, and I've been taking prescription painkillers for about 6 to 7 years now. Even when taking those painkillers, it was pain almost every day for me. I'm just completely amazed now that after 2 days of taking Relief Factor, I've had no more back pain. I'm on my 5th day today and so thankful that my fiance suggested that I try this. Thank you, Relief Factor, for giving me my pain-free life back. You should enjoy a pain-free life too. Everybody should enjoy a pain-free life, of course, and you can do that with Relief Factor. You know what it is. It's all natural. It's a dietary supplement, completely safe. Just read the testimonials. Go to relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com. Use their quick start to get you set up for 3 whole weeks, just $19.95. relieffactor.com. You have nothing to lose but your pain and the whole world to gain. relieffactor.com.
Just look at them, having a great time. To think 6 weeks ago, I was just installed. All it took was one last spilled drink on their old dingy carpet, and they had enough of him. Thank goodness. They got the professionals at Adair's Fine Floors in here, and just look at me. I'm gorgeous. I'm not just your average wood floor. I take crazy traffic like a pro, and it's all because my homeowners called Adair's Fine Floors. Susan and Richard Adair came in, talked to the family, figured out what their needs were, and helped them find the perfect floor to fit their lifestyle. Adair's Fine Floors has a large selection with free sample checkouts, and they chose me. That's not all. Just look around. The coordinating accessories suggested by Adair's Floors. That rug over there? Yep, Adair's Floors. They offer free design and decorating assistance too, giving the home just the right look. Visit adairsfloors.com to get your home started on the right look for you. That's adairsfloors.com.
660 AM, The Answer. Now, by popular demand,
Davis
the Wells
question,
Report with John David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You gotta hurry.
Why?
You got 20 seconds.
20 seconds? I haven't heard this song in ages, but I can still hit the post. You're listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. So what can we agree on? As Republicans and Democrats, what can we agree on? I would say that America is the greatest country on earth, but President Obama did not believe in American exceptionalism. So what can we agree on? 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. What can we agree on? If you're a Democrat, call me. I don't know that there is much we can agree on. Should there be a secure border between the United States and Mexico? The law, the Constitution, all those things that we say we are, a nation of law, not men, would say, yeah, we should have a defensible and physical barrier between all the countries that surround us, both of them. There are two, Mexico and Canada. We've had a tradition in this nation of open borders. But then because the earth has gotten smaller, insofar as we're able to travel much easier, those borders are becoming more important. And so what I'm trying to determine is, should we have a border? Like I said, yeah, we should, because of law and so on and so forth. We need to. So we've been trying to put one up for what, 20 years? We've been trying to put up a border that was defensible, that was impossible to cross unless you had permission. And we are going to have to do whatever is necessary to be able to do that, insofar as the people on our southern border, not just Mexico, but people farther south of Mexico, are abusing this nation. It's understandable. It's understandable that you would, if indeed, if you were on the outside looking into this amazingly prosperous place, wouldn't you want to get your children there? You would want to get yourself there, would you not? Of course. Try stopping me. But this is abuse. And there are people here in this nation that should be ahead of those people that should not be in this nation. And between Republicans and Democrats, I don't believe, think that there should be any difference between an illegal immigrant and a United States citizen. I say absolutely there is a big difference between an illegal alien and an American citizen. And somebody says, well, that's because you're a bigot. Wrong. It's because I'm an American. This is America. This is my country. It means more to me than the country means to an illegal alien. How do I know? How can you dare say that, said a Democrat? Because I'm living here legally and they're not. Well, the law is stupid. We'll change the law. No, it's easier to ignore. Yes, it is. But it's un-American to ignore the law. Which means, when it comes right down to it, the Democrat Party is populated with people who are un-American. This is not just some partisan hit job on you. This is the result of paying attention to the things that Democrats fight for. They fight for illegal immigrants. In some cases, they fight for terrorists. They fight tooth and nail to make it possible for terrorists to join us in this nation. Why? Because Americans dying that's really exciting? Again, you're proving that you're anti-American at every turn. You don't want borders. You don't think anything about American citizenship. You have no problem whatsoever importing people from terrorist countries. Are all of them terrorists? No. How many of them need to be? That ridiculous notion from some Democrat somewhere that said you've got a railway car full of Skittles and only 40 of them are poisoned and will kill you. Yeah. So would you go up to that railway car and have a Skittle? No. And since we're importing them all, why would we import anything that would kill us? But this is the level of truncated intellect that is on display on a regular basis by the American left. Let me give you another one. El Paso, Texas. El Paso, Texas, right next to the border of Mexico. El Paso is going to see some construction soon. It will be a border wall just south of town. What are they going to do when that wall starts going up? Well, an El Paso city councilman is pushing the idea of prohibiting the city from awarding any kind of construction contract to a vendor or company working on the proposed wall. They voted on it tonight. Representative Peter Schwartzbein said the idea is to foster a larger conversation about the wall. What larger conversation? We've been talking about it for 20 years. It's time to build the wall. There was an election about it. It was in all the papers. There's no need to talk about it any longer. A guy who said we're going to build a wall got elected to the presidency. He's going to build a wall. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a contractor or a vendor or some company that does work on that wall, and you're going to say, well, the city won't do business with you. Why? Once again, because you're anti-American. You want America to suffer. What do you think about that? If you live in the city of El Paso and you happen to be a contractor and you happen to take part in building the border wall, the city of El Paso is not going to do business with you? Is that a Republican talking, or is that a Democrat talking? It's a Democrat. It's gut check time for the Democrat Party. Are you Americans or are you Democrats? Are you Americans or are you leftist progressives? Are you pro-America or are you anti-America? I'm pro-America. My neighbors, especially ones struggling without a job or without a good job, they get my support over an illegal immigrant who doesn't even bother to follow the laws of the country that he's squatting in. That means this country is more important to me than it is to that illegal immigrant or that illegal alien. And therefore, if you're not going to follow the law, what are you here for? We're trying to clean things up. We're trying to get rid of criminal aliens. Which of the people living here illegally are not criminal aliens? Are the Democrats in the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, are those people taking advantage of this for political ends? Sure. High-profile woman steps up and says, I'm a dreamer. The president needs to find some way of doing something for we dreamers. ICE shows up at her door the next day, arrests her. She's in detention. She'll probably be deported. Where's she going? Argentina. Why did ICE grab her? Well, because they wanted to embarrass the president. So would those be Republicans in immigration and customs enforcement? No, they'd be Democrats. Why are they trying to embarrass the president of the United States? Well, because he's a Republican. Really? Yeah. So what separates us is an inability for part of us, half of us, in fact, to believe that this country is worthy of our respect and love. I can't do anything about that. I can tell you what is joyous and wonderful and amazing about this land. I can tell you that. But you have to believe it. And if you don't believe it, it's one thing to stand there and be patient for another day. But that's not what you're doing. Because I feel differently than you, there's an automatic contempt. Because of that automatic contempt, there's a blockade between us communicating. And so we don't communicate. And that's where things begin to fall dangerously awry. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
This is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'd like to invite you to join me for our talk show every Sunday morning. We're actually trying to convert the world to organics. We talk about the natural organic program for farming, ranching, gardening, and pest control. Also, a lot of talk about health issues for animals and people. Hope you can join us for all the fun.
Make sure to tune in to Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer.
You need a plan as you get closer to retirement, a plan that will take you from where you are now to the retirement you've always dreamed about. The first step on that path is to tune into Wealth Smart, Saturdays at 9 a.m. Your host is Reed Johnson, president of Lake Point Advisory Group. You only retire once, but Reed helps people retire every day. Don't miss Wealth Smart every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at lakepointadvisorygroup.com for information on our free area stake dinner seminars and start working on your dream retirement now.
If you're a CPAP user, soap and water cleaning may leave harmful bacteria, viruses, and mold that can make you sick. That alone will keep you up at night. Until now, SoClean.com is the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. SoClean kills 99.9% of all CPAP germs without soap, water, harsh chemicals, or even equipment disassembly. And now you can try it risk-free for 30 days. Call 1-800-953-4545.
SoClean changed the CPAP experience for the better. My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean's revolutionary design makes it easy to clean your CPAP and protect you against CPAP-related illnesses. Plus, SoClean works with all popular CPAP devices to clean them in minutes. It really is that easy. Don't risk your health. Call SoClean.com now to try it risk-free for 30 days. Call 1-800-953-4545. This offer won't last. Call now. 800-953-4545. 800-953-4545.
Hi, I'm Carl Deichler, the CEO of Beachbody, and I'm here to tell you about an amazing new way you can start losing weight for free right now. You've probably seen our workout DVDs on TV like P90X, Insanity, and 21 Day Fix. We just launched a beta trial of our new digital video platform, Beachbody On Demand. So while we're testing out this new digital video service, I'm inviting you to use it for free for 30 days. That means you can lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, even 30 pounds without paying a dime. Text the word trial to 303030 and you can do 30 days of P90X, Insanity, or any of over 400 workouts for free. And here's the catch. In return, all I ask is you let us know what you think of the service so we can make Beachbody On Demand the best fitness and weight loss site ever created. Just text TRIAL to 303030 and get started for free right now. Again, text TRIAL to 303030.
Message and data rates may apply. Membership fees apply after 30-day free trial. Cancel anytime.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My water heater broke down.
Sorry, but your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover water heater breakdowns.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my water heater?
I'm afraid not.
But his water heater could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus components of 20 other major home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-700-1134. Home insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-700-1134. That's 1-800-700-1134. 1-800-700-1134.
660 AM The Answer is looking to hire a new salesperson. The person we're searching for is passionate about our radio station and our values. They must also have a proven track record of sales success. We aren't looking for just anyone. We are looking for unquestionable character, professionalism, and integrity. We are a strong employee-focused company offering top compensation, benefits, bonuses, and a long-term stable future at one of the best radio stations in America. To apply, go to 660amtheanswer.com and click on About Us. Thank you.
Chris Tomlin presents Worship Night in America. Chris Tomlin. Big Daddy Weave, Phil Wickham, Zach Williams, Mosaic MSC, and speaker Jason Barton. Don't miss this amazing night as the church joins together. An awakening event from the Awakening Foundation.
Coming April 21st and April 22nd to Verizon Theater at Grand Prairie. On sale now. Get your tickets at AXS.com.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. The Wells Report, a daily good old-fashioned North Texas barbecue of anybody trying to take advantage of us on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. John David Wells at your service. 866-660-5759 is our telephone number. Josie, Austin, Texas. Welcome to the Wells Report.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
I'm great, man. Thanks for calling. How's everything in Austin?
Oh, little Moscow on the Colorado is all right. So I'm coming back to Austin soon.
That's beautiful.
Oh, I love it. Yes, that's our little catchphrase for those of us who are conservative in this area.
Uh-huh.
I have an enlightening uncle who, I know time is short, he enlightened me that real left or right, or at least there didn't used to be. And I guess that's what Trump represents. Though I didn't vote for him, he does have my vote now. He is the president. But many years ago, people of Mexico worked with me on my family's ranch. Yo muy simpático con gente de Mexico.
Sí.
Yo trabajo con gente de Mexico por muchos años.
Sí.
But the wall is the law. We don't need a physical barrier.
Yes, we do, unfortunately, because people are ignoring the law, Josie. If our law was stronger, we would have less trouble. I wish it was not true, but sadly it is. The executive producer of the Wells Report is Vicki Stifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Man Sweeney. My name is John David Wells. God bless you. God bless yours, even on the Colorado in Little Moscow. We'll see you again tomorrow for another edition of the Wells Report.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Well, it's that time of year again. The AC business is slow, so here come the crazy gimmicks. Right now, you'll hear the warehouse clearance guy, the free furnace guy, and my personal favorite, the guy who says he'll work for no profit. Because come on, that's just ridiculous. Well, guess who's not going to insult your intelligence with silly gimmicks? Reliant Air Conditioning. We've partnered with your utility provider to offer real instant rebates, up to $1,500 off qualifying systems. When you combine that with up to $3,500 off with Carrier's Cool Cash, you can save over $5,000 on a brand new AC system that can cut your electric bill in half. So call the Crazy Gimmick guys and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Do you know what a RIA is? It's a Real Estate Investor Association, and it's where smart people go to obtain wholesale houses, obtain no money, no credit financing, meet local buyers, sellers, and investing partners, and receive local market intelligence and training. Don't buy houses retail. That's ridiculous. And please don't waste your money going to a get-rich-quick seminar from a traveling pitchman. Come network with local Dallas area real estate investors that are just getting started or taking it to the next level. Come join the largest real estate investor network in Texas. We meet on Thursday, March 9th at 6 p.m. at the Dallas Westin Galleria. And you can register to attend for free by calling 800-997-4830. This month's topic is how to buy houses without relying on banks. Call 800-997-4830. Write it down. That's 800-997-4830 to attend any of our upcoming meetings and receive a valuable Texas real estate training program for free. Brought to you by the Dallas Real Estate Investment Association.
It's time to honor our veterans with the Patriot Mobile Veteran of the Month. 660 AM The Answer joins with Patriot Mobile to spotlight a veteran each month. If you know a veteran who deserves such an honor, then go to 660amtheanswer.com and nominate them to be Patriot Mobile Veteran of the Month. Winners will receive a Crossroads Diner gift certificate and an award from Patriot Mobile. Plus, they'll have an opportunity to come to the studios to meet Mark Davis and John David Wells. Go to 660amtheanswer.com to nominate your veteran. That's the Patriot Mobile Veteran of the Month.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM. KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jack Callahan. Two House committees begin debating the new health care bill on Wednesday while trying to sway a block of skeptical conservative lawmakers.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul says the focus should be on what unites Republicans.
And that is complete repeal. Clean repeal.
Despite that pushback, Speaker Ryan guarantees the Republican health care plan will survive a House vote in a few weeks.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Tragedy at a Mississippi railroad crossing.
Tour bus that had been hit by a train.
Incident Commander Joe Boney says 4 people were killed, dozens more hurt, most of them seniors on a casino junket. China offering a diplomatic proposal to ease tensions on the Korean Peninsula. Beijing suggesting the U.S. and South Korea end the annual military drill now underway. In exchange, North Korea would suspend its nuclear and missile activities. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
Hugh Hewitt has a suggestion to fill the National Security Advisor position.
Can we just appoint John Bolton as the National Security Advisor, Mr. President? Can we just do that? You don't like leaks. You do like order. You've got to get information from all the agencies. It's got to be handled fairly by competent people who understand the way the world works. Can we just please move to Ambassador Bolton?
The Hugh Hewitt Show, weekday mornings at 5, right before Mark Davis at 7 on 660 AM, The Answer.
Hi, it's Mitch Gallagher.
And I'm Dave Trainer.
And we're the hosts of House Talk Tech.
Feature interviews with the providers of products and services for your home to make living in your home just a little bit more enjoyable.
That's right, Dave. Visit housetalktexas.com to hear past interviews and to see special offers from our sponsors.
And if there's a company you think we should interview, let us know.
House Talk Texas, this and every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. here on 660 AM, The Answer.
This is Owen Strand for townhall.com. The decision of the Trump administration to overturn President Obama's transgender bathroom policy and instead to correlate bathroom usage with one's biological sex is not a victory for any political group. It's a victory for common sense. It's an affirmation of basic human sanity. There are many celebrities speaking up about this decision, presenting the decision by the Trump White House as a violation of transgender rights. Though this rhetoric sounds fearsome, the decision is a reasonable step in the right direction. We should offer compassionate help to people who experience gender dysphoria. We should not, however, change public laws or require schools to overhaul their restroom structure, as the Obama administration did. This, in point of fact, is compassionate. It protects little boys and girls from tremendous and damaging confusion that occurs when a child of the opposite sex enters their bathroom. Children of different sexes should not share bathrooms, and they certainly should not have the federal government telling them they must do so. I'm Owen Strand.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I don't know about you, but as mealtime approaches, I love the idea of something fresh, kind of interesting, different, off the beaten path, maybe something I could even make myself. And that might stop some of you in your tracks. Make stuff myself? How does that work? Blue Apron is how it works. The #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Their mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. And here's what I want you to do. Go to blueapron.com/Davis, blueapron.com/Davis. Look at the menu, these incredible dishes, stuff you'd love to order in restaurants, but you don't have to because you're going to make it. Believe in yourself. You'll be able to do this. The recipes are easy to follow. Just the right amounts of the ingredients arrive in these refrigerated boxes. I love it, and you will too. First 3 meals free with free shipping at blueapron.com/Davis, blueapron.com/Davis. You'll love how good it feels, how good it tastes. Create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. blueapron.com/Davis. 3 meals free, free shipping, blueapron.com/Davis.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-827-5948 now. That's 800-827-5948 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-827-5948 to learn more.